Hey Ma, do you ever get ideas of reference delusions? So you think people are talking about you when they're not talking about you, or like a celebrity is talking about you, or like somebody at the store says, "Oh, did you hear about the crazy person?" And you think it's about you, or something on the TV's about you, or anything like that. Or
I think everybody has had, maybe not delusions, but has had thoughts that, oh, is that person talking about me? And not in a paranoid way. Just everybody thinks. Sometimes.
Yeah, I know you've talked about how you've gotten 666 on a receipt before, and you think that's God telling you.
Well, no, people take like it's superstition. It's like.
But that literally is an idea.
If a black cat runs in front of your path, or you go under a ladder,
or you see something in the clouds, and
yes, everybody does that a little bit, I think. Or there's a sign, that. But I think sometimes as human beings, we want that in a comforting way, maybe not necessarily in a bad way, but
especially when you experience the loss of a loved one.
Absolutely.
Or you want a message, that the person's all right and watching over you. I think that's a lot of the reason a lot of people get the God or cloud. I mean, I'm not saying there is no God, but realistically, there's no scientific evidence to confirm or corroborate that.
Well, there is scientific evidence, and it's a fact that Jesus Christ did live. That's a fact. He was during the time of Nero, and that is a fact. Whether or not you're religious and you believe that Jesus Christ was a man, or whether he was the Son of God, that's up to you.
Right.
As Christians, they believe that. So.
Oh, okay. Realistically though, it doesn't really matter. But let's get back to the idea of reference delusion aspect.
Okay.
So do you ever, do you think of an example of you getting an idea of reference delusion?
I'm trying to think.
Do you ever hear a song and you think the song is referencing you in some way? Well,
no, I might hear...
Like a pop star, for example. Like a pop star,
That they're singing about me? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't get that. What I might think is, how it relates to my life.
Yeah, yeah. This would be an idea of reference delusion. And, do you ever look back at social media content? Do you ever look back at photographs?
I don't have time for social media.
And you think people are, whether it's friends, family, even celebrities, do you think they're referencing you?
No. That's not something that first of all, I don't have time for that. Second of all...
Well, sometimes I get paranoid. Let's take Dad as the example, but it's not just Dad. There's friends and aunts, uncles, and so on.
That's when you're spending too much time on social media.
Do you ever think maybe these people are talking about you, referencing you?
And if they are, who cares? I don't have any time. I don't have any time to care what people on social media do. I really don't.
Right.
I do not like social media. I think it was probably one of the worst things that could have been developed in a lot of ways. Because I think it affects people more negatively than it does positively. Kids are spending way too much time. 4 out of 10 kids are depressed from social media. And there's a lot of bullying and negativity and nefarious things that go on with social media.
Right.
So I think kids should be out playing, and they should be, using their minds to develop games and things off of the internet. That's my opinion.
But let's take some people, use social media to create a living for themselves. They're social media content creators, and they make money. So that's a little bit
travel bloggers.
That's a little bit like a computer job.
Okay, so like travel bloggers and thing like that. But that's done in a positive way. That's done in a happy way. They're showing, places that you can go and travel, and they're putting it on their webpage and things like that to make people happy. But then there are people that use the internet to harm people, get money from people, scam people, and that's where it's bad.
Okay, and that is
what it is.
It is.